Let's unpack some great information for business owners and entrepreneurs who may be experiencing a recession right now. It's the Federal Insider Live. Recession is looming again. Investment in the short term is lowered and red flags are raised. Now, businesses are, or should be, doing whatever they can to prepare. If you're looking to move into a new industry right now, well, it's not impossible. Some industries actually thrive during a recession, and I've just given you my first strategy to possibly make some money during the next few years with the tourism industry. It's not the only option, but tourism in America may soar during the next few years. Rent your house out as an Airbnb or something. Brush up on your French. Get ready. And that's because foreign tourists may want to take advantage of your lower rates to visit the US during economic decline. Don't get me wrong, there's other industries too, but truth is you can find a million articles or videos on the internet that are saying the same thing. People still buy basic needs, people still drink alcohol, people tend to get things repaired more often instead of buying new. Blah, blah, blah. It's just, let's get original here. You might even read how some companies try to get an edge on financial troubles in shady ways. Look at the accusations being made against one of the top 100 federal contractors right now. Some people are suggesting that this major business is hiding massive losses to remain attractive to investors. And these claims haven't been proven as of filming this video, but the source of accusations is credible, and we'll wait to see what happens next. But businesses don't have to take such a shady path to stay ahead of the curve. So my second strategy for strength during a recession is to become a registered government contractor. If you're established in an industry that is not necessarily going to flourish in the midst of a recession, then yeah, you could avoid financial crisis by being a government contractor. This requires registration in the government's System for Award Management, also known as SAM. This is the method by which the government vets contractors and grantees before paying them for federal work. And federal work will remain constant, if not increase during a recession. For example, take real estate appraisers. They may experience a slight decline in the midst of the next recession because people may not be willing to move until the market recovers. However, the government is still going to need that service. We recently teamed up with a company called Gill Group Inc. They've been in business since the 1970s, and they do supplementary work to real estate sales. Now, they aren't strangers to federal contracts, having already won a slew of them in the past. They have over $400,000 in federal award money to date. So you may be thinking, why would they join with USFCR now? Well, there could be a multitude of reasons. But one thing for sure is that this company knows the federal space is the place to be right now. Take a cue from this business, who's been active since 2010 with the government. 2010, huh? What were we doing in 2010? Oh yeah, remember, we were recovering from the Great Recession, and the housing market was amidst its most chaotic point ever. So if you aren't registered for federal contracts, do it now. It's only going to take a few weeks to become officially ready to receive contracts. If you need assistance, please email us for more information at federalinsider@usfcrgov.com. And on a recent video, I broke down the numbers on how the government has been spending lately, and suffice to say, it's super high right now. If you want more details, check out the Federal Insider playlist on our YouTube channel. But for now, my third strategy for strength in recession is to understand the market. It's essential to understand your competitors all the time. And how do you get a handle on what your competition is actually doing in preparation for the recession? What discounted rates are they charging? Will they survive a recession? Are they registered for government contracts? Are they winning government contracts? Yes, I'm back on government contracts again for my third strategy. And I have a little bias towards this market because, well, I'm a federal bid trainer for businesses at USFCR, and I see how essential it is. But I'm also here again because if you're a federal contractor, performing the market research is super accessible because the data is publicly available. The government, in an attempt to be transparent, publishes contract award data on the Federal Procurement Database, also known as fpds.gov. And there you can find out which companies are winning federal money in your industry and what prices they're getting for their work. FPDS is an old clunky government site that doesn't look like much, but don't let that fool you. It's definitely a trick. It's actually a goldmine of information. My team here at USFCR has actually dressed up FPDS and paired it with some other federal data, and that could be easily used for tools to make it more user-friendly. But anyone can access FPDS, so let's do that now. So if we go to fpds.gov and we do an example search using the Gill Group's LLC's DUNS number, we can go ahead and see some of the contracts that have been awarded. Now, what we want to do to find out some of the biggest contracts they've had is on the right, we want to sort this by the action obligation search on the right-hand side. Once we do this, as you can see, their largest contract for $112,000 was actually awarded not for real estate appraisals, but for ADP software. That's interesting. Their second largest contract was for $77,000 and went for kitchen equipment and appliances. Their third largest kitchen equipment and appliances, do you see what I'm trying to get at? So this company is a real estate appraisal company, but some of the largest contracts they've had are for things other than real estate appraisers. As you can see, we don't even see real estate appraisers show up until number 5 on the list. That could be a way that Gill Group LLC is taking advantage of government contracts. So let's take a look and see what's the most recent thing they've won. So if we scroll back up on the right-hand side, we can actually sort this by date signed. And cool, look, hey, they won recently. I mean, I guess that makes them our Guess Who Won vendor for today. Woohoo! I mean, we always feature a vendor who's won recently, and since the Gill Group is one of our clients and one of our verified vendors, I guess we're going to feature them today. Woohoo! Now, they did win this contract before they were our client, but nevertheless, we're all on the same team here now, so go team, and good job, Gill Group Inc. So if you haven't ever used FPDS, I highly recommend doing so as soon as you're done watching this video. If you want to learn more about using APP instead of FPDS, and APP is like kind of an attractive version of FPDS, then send us an email if you're interested in that, or just search Advanced Procurement Portal on YouTube to find out more. All right, so strategy number 4, network with reliable businesses. Cozy up to those big guys, or if you are a big guy, find some reliable, recession-proof little guys. You know, to be perfectly honest, long-term success is not guaranteed no matter what. Not for federal contractors, not for big businesses, and certainly not for small and medium-sized businesses. For example, look back at the story that I mentioned earlier of the top 100 contractor being accused of fraudulent activity. This company is currently being compared to Enron. Wow, haven't heard that name in a while. Enron famously went bankrupt in 2001. This was only about 4 months after they were accused of fraudulent activity. What would happen if we lost the top 100 contractor right now? Well, the short answer is a new business or a bunch of new businesses would have to pick up the pieces and fill in the void. This means tons of new opportunity for vendors, big and small. And it's a good idea to cozy up to the big guys in government spending right now because they will be subcontracting work, because they're required to. And most likely, it'll be pretty safe during a recession. I know what you're thinking right now about, well, what if they end up being fraudulent and going bankrupt like this top 100 contractor? And yes, it's a fair thought, but it does not undercut government contracting in general because this business, if acquisitions are proved to be true, did not go under because of lack of work, but because of intentional misleading to investors. So like I said in the original strategy point, they have to be reliable vendors and reliable partners. But how do you make sure that the business you partner with are reputable and reliable? Funny you ask. One of the many ways you can do this is with the vendor management and compliance tool. Large businesses, I'm talking to you too. This networking works with the kind of the opposite way as well, because we want small business vendors who you can rely on, that you know are going to be lasting through the recession, and want you to get accustomed to them so that they're counted towards your small business goaling reports. So what the vendor management and compliance tool is at USFCR is that we looked at over 65,000 businesses we've worked with and realized that it's kind of a valuable asset. We have small businesses and large businesses in our network who are stamped with the same verified vendor seal. These businesses who are, eager to get to work, and they're ready and in compliant in the system. And we want to introduce you to our biggest clients and also our smallest clients, so that way they can have a mutually beneficial relationship. And there you have it, 4 strategies to remain strong during the recession. So let's recap real quick. So first one is we want to, number 1, move to an industry or start a business in an industry that's going to thrive during a recession. Number 2, become registered as a government contractor and, perform some market research. Number 3, you got to know that market. Perform the research, understand your competitors and their recession rates. And then, of course, number 4, network with reliable businesses. And we hope you've enjoyed this Federal Insider Live series. We'll be taking a very short break while we develop more content, but we really love our subscribers and we love our viewers every week. So please keep subscribing to USFCR, because in the meantime, we'll be posting tons of really helpful content. Really, lots of content. And we have so many projects going on right now that are going to help you to be able to establish long-term success in the federal space. So we'll see you very soon. Much love. I'm Anna Rose, signing off.